Come on, go. Let's go eat some fried fish. Fried fish. Come on, go. Let's go eat some fried fish. Fried fish. 'Cause there's no more pasta. Oh no. So we're gonna eat some fried fish. Fried fish. Yeah.
Welcome to Hunting Predators 4 with the Booma and Painfully Beautiful Productions. This one is all about Madonna, as you got to see her little wildness during COVID. And people have speculated on that. I'm not even sure what she really meant by fried fish, but we know these people speak in code. This was one thing that someone brought up and drew some connections. These people are a bunch of killers, child rapists, and cannibals. So Albert Fish was also killed by the electric chair and fried. So it was just a kind of an interesting connection someone brought up a long time ago. I don't know. I think that one was a little bit of a stretch, but this Albert Fish will lead into Albert Pike later on in this presentation, and I thought that was an interesting connection because without that little thing there that someone shared, I wouldn't have gone into Albert Pike on this one, and I think it's essential. But why are we bringing up Madonna? Well, this is why. Because the good old celebration tour is just kicked off, I believe, in Europe. And let's take a look at this. So as you can see on the screen, it says that his 11-year-old daughter Esther, I don't know how they say it. Either way, this is one of the girls that was adopted by Madonna in Malawi. And so, let's recap a little bit of what's been going on with Madonna in 2023. Oh, that's right. Ethiopia World Federation asked President Chakwera to institute investigations on integrity of Madonna's Malawi charity Raising Malawi. So I got this article. I'm gonna put all the links down below. This was obviously early January, early 2023. This allegation came out, and they kind of go into a bunch of stuff. In the opening investigations, the Federation is also asking Chakwera to look into the integrity of Madonna's charity Raising Malawi. If they wanted to restrict her access ability to Africa and African children as a precautionary measure until a thorough investigation is done into child trafficking, sex exploitation, sexual slavery, adoption reversal, threat coercion, fraud, deception, and abuse of power or vulnerability. So this wasn't the first time that she even got called out. And instead of going through this whole deal, this is her son that she got there, David Banda from Malawi. And I will link to this. I'll let you go ahead and read through it. I don't want to go through the whole thing, but this little video that I have here kind of goes through it. Here, let me take this down off the screen and pull up. This kind of gives a little rundown in a video for us.
Posts. Madonna has been accused of running child trafficking in Malawi and sexual exploitation of African children. Ethiopian World Federation has asked Malawi's president to investigate her charity in the country, Raising Malawi, and to look into homosexual and transgender allegations over the adoption of the Malawian children for possible human trafficking and social experiments. Raising Malawi is a charity nonprofit organization founded by Madonna in 2006 to help with extreme poverty among local orphans through health and education programming. However, Ethiopia Ethiopian World Federation claims that the pop star set up her charity organization to host social experiments on vulnerable African children. For example, Madonna's son, David Banda, who was adopted in Malawi, is used for those purposes as he wears women's clothing and makeup.
So yeah, all kinds of stuff on that. Her son, David Banda, a social experiment, wearing women's clothing. She deleted all of her Instagram posts apparently when this all came out. So why are you panicking if there's nothing to it? I mean, maybe an attorney told her to take it down, but at the same time, very fishy, fried fishiness going on with Madonna this year. So if I bring this back up, you know, this was David. And it all kind of accumulated around this book that she put out, and some of the stuff that she's been involved with. I mean, it's no secret that she's into controversy and pushing people's buttons, but is this who you really want adopting these kids and raising Malawi? It's kind of creepy how she's, even how she calls it that. But this is hunting predators, and there's many reasons to be suspicious. So anyways, this happens January 4th, 2023. And then what happens in a few months later? Madonna was in a studio with Katy Perry hours before a collapse. This was early July of this year. And apparently she had, allegedly, is what they're saying, a hospitalization after she developed a serious bacterial infection which led to a several-day stay in the ICU. According to the New York Post that reported on it. In spite of experiencing ill health, Madonna exhibited unyielding determination by maintaining her intensive schedule, which includes rehearsals for her anticipated 84-date celebration tour. And that's what we have going on right now. It was interesting when this all came out, because we were seeing stuff saying that she was brain dead, and I thought maybe she was just dead or she was faking death to get out of this whole situation with the Malawi organization. I'll link to this as well. She was expected to make a full recovery. It took Narcan to bring her back from the dead. I'll post this article as well. I know we're going back a little bit into this, but I wanted to bring us a full scope on this hunting predators. And apparently Narcan can be used to bring back people from acute septic shock. So that's what they coined it as. I thought she was kind of freaking out, and they needed to get a reason for her, the original investigation kind of like out of the news cycle. And so, as it said, I believe in that video, it's not even her first time. And if it wasn't that video, let's go ahead and play this piece that just came out earlier this month in October from Just In. This will go into it a little bit.
In 2019, a concerning statistic emerged indicating that approximately 70% of victims identified in the United States were either victims or individuals subjected to both forced labor and The petition also accused the government of Malawi of failing to do a complete social background check on the adoptive parent. And they have reason to believe that Madonna is using these children as a social experiment in response to the heavy LGBTQ community push for sodomy in America. In 2013, Malawi made accusations against Madonna, asserting that she had overstated her contributions to the impoverished country and made excessive demands for special treatment during a tour there. Additionally, Madonna has utilized social media to criticize the culture and policies in place in Malawi, particularly those aimed at safeguarding children on a global scale. It's noteworthy that in the past, Madonna also made comments implying that her adopted son from Malawi looked better than her in her outfits.
He is, right? He's got something. He's got it.
Something?
He's athletic. He's a good-looking dude.
He can put on any outfit and look swag as, you know what.
Yeah.
In 2006, Madonna generated significant controversy by arriving in the East African country on a private jet, bypassing regular procedures, and leveraging her fame, wealth, and privilege to gain access to Malawian orphanages with the intention of adopting Malawian children. In response, the Human Rights Consultative Committee submitted a motion to ensure that Madonna's adoption process adhered strictly to the legal requirements and procedures in place.
This is a court order, and a court order cannot be tampered with. I am standing in for the child as a guardian ad litem, and as such, we cannot repress.
Despite the challenges and criticism she faced, Madonna, often seen as the American Queen of Innovation, appeared to believe that she was exempt from Malawi's regulations and found a way to bypass them. It's crucial to note that Malawi's Adoption of Children Act is designed to apply equally to all individuals, regardless of their social status or financial resources, who are considering the adoption of a child.
Madonna herself did not meet the adoption requirements that you need to adopt a child out of Malawi.
Her fans and supporters were also disappointed in her for doing such obscene actions. One of them wrote, "After hearing this and the child scandal, I am never going to listen or support Madonna ever again. Hollywood today is like watching demons from a horror movie. Sickening." Another one added, "My question is, what is Madonna's obsession with African children? Another question is, with all the young Black orphans here in America, why does she not adopt any of them?" And one other netizen penned his emotions as, "They need to stop throwing around the term like it's nothing. That's a lot of big words for letting your son wear women's clothing because he wanted to." Moreover, a supporter of children's rights emphasizes the importance of procedures in place to reduce instances of child T and prevent the unnecessary separation of children from their parents. These rules are put in place to safeguard children's well-being.
In other ways, in the local legal jargon, I'm the witness to the whole process.
Interestingly, Madonna, despite being under investigation for matters related to child adoption, has positioned herself as a champion of Black equality. She showed her support for the Black Lives Matter movement by attending a protest in 2020, even while on crutches. It's worth noting that the Black Lives Matter movement addresses a range of issues, including the rejection of Israel as an imperialist project, challenging Western prescribed nuclear family structures, addressing colonialism, and addressing concerns related to white privilege. Madonna's involvement in the movement underscores the multifaceted nature of the issues being addressed within it. Despite her philanthropic efforts, Madonna's reputation appears to be facing potential jeopardy due to recent and unsettling speculations. Drawing parallels to historical periods like the Dark Ages, characterized by plagues, fanaticism, and unfounded accusations of Jews consuming children's blood in secret, we find ourselves in 2020 grappling with a modern-day conspiracy theory. This theory claims that global elites engage in the torture of children to extract a chemical called adrenochrome from their blood, which they supposedly use to maintain health and youthfulness, and fans are wondering why Madonna does not look 65 years old.
I've been to every spa. I've experienced every rare formula. I've had every treatment available in every country you could possibly imagine.
While Madonna has consistently stated that she has undergone numerous treatments to maintain her youthful appearance, there are speculations and theories that suggest otherwise. Some individuals believe that she has managed to stay young due to a theory linking the use of children's blood to anti-aging. According to this theory, her frequent visits to Africa and adoption of children could be connected to these unfounded beliefs. That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.
Goodbye. That's who you want adopting children. And, they are very careful on the YouTube, on what they say. So the child trafficking, child sex trafficking, all that kind of stuff. For some reason, they bleep it out, I guess, maybe for the algorithms. And so they can keep their channel up, so I get that. But the conspiracy is pretty well founded when you have a bunch of stuff like this. Now, this goes back around that fried fish time where she's talking about weird stuff. And we'll get into a little bit more of this, but let's watch some of the stuff that was going on during COVID. Something didn't seem right with a lot of these celebrities, whether it was her, Madonna, that is, Ellen, obviously Tom Hanks was in the picture at that time. Both Madonna and Tom Hanks having Corona typewriters. We'll get into that a little bit right after this video. But also, it was David Spade, I think, was saying some crazy stuff. Like if something happened to Tom Hanks, he was going to get the shotgun, and it was kind of weird. So they were all kind of freaking out. And what were they freaking out about?
That's the thing about COVID-19. It doesn't care about how rich you are, how famous you are, how funny you are, how smart you are, where you live, how old you are, what amazing stories you can tell. It's the great equalizer. And what's terrible about it is what's great about it. what's terrible about it is it's made us all equal in many ways.
Oh man, I know they're pushing fear and all that kind of stuff, but here it is, the Chronomatic. And I think Tom Hanks also had a Corona typewriter at the time. And here's the interesting thing. So in that first one with fried fish, because there's no more pasta. Pasta has been called out even on the FBI website as being code word for little boy. No more pasta. I don't know what the fried fish necessarily means, but we'll use that to get into Albert Pike here in a second. But let's go ahead and watch this other creepy video, and I'll comment afterwards.
In Paris. Her journey continues on self-quarantine in honor and respect for COVID-19. I'm still in pain with no cure in sight thanks to all the borders being closed. I shall learn from this and grow stronger. For now, I will continue to fight in a different kind of way. Ironically, the brand of this typewriter is Corona. Words and typewritten letters make me feel alive. Remind me that there are so many stories to tell and share with the world. After all, stories are all we have. We rely on stories to guide us and shape us and teach us and show us the way. Words and love and food. I could murder a bowl of pasta. No emojis here.
What?
I could murder a bowl of pasta. No emojis here.
I could murder a bowl of pasta. Code words. And it's just so ironic that it's a Corona typewriter. Lots of code words being given, and the conspiracy is well founded. And again, why is a woman like this being allowed to adopt Malawian children? I mean, it's just disgusting how much they put this out in our face. And so here, before I get into this, I guess, let me pull up this again. This is what brought me to Albert Pike and what brought me into more of the material here. So Albert Pike, connected to this Illuminati. And it goes into this. I'll link to this article as well. But Albert Pike, 3 world wars planned by Illuminati Albert Pike in 1871, everything about the New World Order. Now, I'm not going to go through this whole article. It was written by Alexander Light in March 22nd, 2011. So we've been following this kind of stuff for a while. This is way before I woke up. This is Pike's letter to Mazzini, August 15th, 1871. Now, this letter graphically outlined plans for 3 world wars that were seen as necessary to bring about the one world order. And we can marvel at how accurately it has predicted events that have already taken place. Now, remember, this was done in 2011. It is commonly believed fallacy that for a short time, the Pike letter to Mazzini, 33 ranked Mason who founded the Mafia in 1860, was on display in the British Museum Library in London, and it was copied by William Guy Carr, former intelligence officer in Royal Canadian Navy. Now, William Guy Carr did a lot of work, what you would probably call in the conspiracy realm. If you go and you watch this video that I did on my Rumble channel, Bob Hope and Henry Kissinger's Mind-Controlled Sex Toy Part 1, this has Ted Gunderson in it, and he goes into William Guy Carr. And I've linked down in here a free copy of the book that he brings up of William Guy Carr called Pawns in the Game. This goes through, I haven't read the whole thing, but it goes through a lot of stuff that was going on with the Freemasons, Illuminati, and this whole plan. So the British Library has confirmed in writing to me that such a document has never been in their possession. Now they're covering their tracks. We'll read this. The Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agentur of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. Remember, this article was done in 2011. We've been following this for a long time. And what do we have going on in the world today in Israel with Palestine? All this crazy stuff going on. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim, Arabic, blah, blah, whatever it says, and political Zionism, the state of Israel, mutually destroyed. Mutually destroy each other, and this is Albert Pike in 1871. So furthermore, in Carr's book, Satan, Prince of This World, Carr includes the following footnote. The keeper of manuscripts recently informed the author that this letter is not catalogued in the British Museum Library. It seems strange that a man of Cardinal Rodriguez's knowledge should have said that it was in 1925. Like I said, covering their tracks. He had firsthand proof of Cardinal Rodriguez saying that it was there in the British Museum Library. So it appears that Carr learned about this letter from Cardinal Caro E. Rodriguez of Santiago, Chile, who wrote The Mystery of Freemasonry Unveiled, another guy that was trying to expose the Freemasonry. Following are apparently extracts of the letter showing how 3 world wars have been planned for many generations. And the first war that was planned, the First World War, must be brought about in order to permit the Illuminati to overthrow the power of the Tsars in Russia and of making the country a fortress of atheistic communism. The divergence caused by the, I'm not sure how to say all these things, but it means agents of the Illuminati between the British and Germanic empires will be used to foment this war. At the end of the war, communism will be built and used in order to destroy the other governments and in order to weaken the religions. Students of history will recognize that the political alliances of England on one side and Germany on the other, forged between 1871 and 1898 by Otto von Bismarck, a co-conspirator of Albert Pike, were instrumental in bringing about the First World War. World War II. The Second World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences between the fascists and the political Zionists. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that the political Zionism be strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel in Palestine. All has been planned for a long time. During the Second World War, the international communism must become strong enough in order to balance Christendom, which would then be restrained and held in check until the time we would need it for the final social cataclysm. After the Second World War, communism was made strong enough to begin taking over weaker governments. In 1945, at the Potsdam Conference between Truman, Churchill, and Stalin, a large portion of Europe was simply handed over to Russia. And on the other side of the world, the aftermath of the war with Japan helped to sweep the tide of communism in China. Readers who argue that the terms Nazism and Zionism were not known in 1871 should remember that the Illuminati invented both these movements. In addition, communism as an ideology and as coined phrase originates in France during the Revolution. In 1785, Restif coined the phrase 4 years before revolution broke out. Restif and Babeuf, in turn, were influenced by Rousseau, as was the most famous conspirator of them all, Adam Weishaupt. And that Pawns of the Game by William Guy Carr goes into Adam Weishaupt and how it all started, if you're really interested in learning more about the history of this whole thing of Freemasons and Illuminati. So World War III. Like I said, this was written in 2011. We've been calling this for a long time. Call us conspiracy theorists, whatever you want. We've been right about a lot of things because it's been written in their own words. And so from that letter from Pike to Mazzini, the World War III, listen up, the Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agentur of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the state of Israel, mutually destroy each other. What do we have going on right now in the world? Meanwhile, other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economical exhaustion. We shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm which, in all its horror, will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery, and of the most bloody turmoil. Then everywhere the citizens obliged to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries will exterminate those destroyers of civilization, and the multitude, disillusioned with Christianity, whose deistic spirit will from that moment be without compass or direction, anxious for an ideal, but without knowing where to render its adoration, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer, brought finally out in the public view. They plan on bringing it right out in the view, and they already kind of have, but here it comes. This manifestation will result from the general reactionary movement, which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. So just like the Bible says, they're coming for the Christians. Atheism, if you don't believe in God, according to, these Satanists, then you're a fool, but they love that you do because they don't want you to believe in Christ. They will both be conquered and exterminated at the same time, and since the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001, world events, and in particular in the Middle East, show a growing unrest and instability between modern Zionism and the Arabic world. And that's what we're seeing play out right now with the attacks that we're seeing on Israel, which I think was all... I don't want to speculate too much, but I think Netanyahu had a lot to do with it. So this is all completely in line with a call for the Third World War to be fought between the two and their allies on both sides. The Third World War is still to come when this was written, and recent events show us that it's not far off. And here we are in 2023, and we're facing it right now. So if you want to know more about the New World Order, this kind of goes into it. Does a really good job. I believe there's even... a video by David Wilcock, who's been in this for a long time and pushing this stuff, trying to get the word out there. I don't really follow that guy too much anymore. I'm not sure what to think of him fully, but the article goes into a lot of stuff on him. I'm also linking to archives.org that has the letter from Albert Pike to Mazzini, and again, it was on August 15th, 1871. So let's bring this back to Madonna. All right, I'm trying to do these all kind of in one shot, make it a little easier on me because the editing takes a long time, and I think I can get through it just all the same in these hunting predators and give you guys the information that I intended to give. So, what did we just learn about? The Illuminati's plan, and they're going to bring it right out in the public. And so this video right here, I don't want to play the whole thing because I feel like there's so many negative vibes in this kind of stuff. But Madonna, 5 years ago, I believe this was 2017, came out with Illuminati, literally the song. And here on the right, you can see all the lyrics. And this establishment eradicator shares some really great stuff. And I found that, and I just thought I'd put that up on the screen for you guys. Here we go.
It's not Jay-Z and Beyonce. It's not Nicki or Lil Wayne. It's not Oprah and Obama, the Pope, Ariana, Queen Elizabeth, or Kanye. It's not pentagrams or witchcraft. It's not triangles or stacks of cash. Black magic or Gaga, Gucci or Prada, riding on the golden cat. All seeing eyes watching tonight. That's what it is, truth and the light. All seeing eyes watching tonight. Nothing to hide, secrets inside. It's like everybody in this body shining like Illuminati. It's like everybody in this body shining like Illuminati. It's the Enlightenment that started it all. The founding fathers wrote it down on the wall. And now the media's misleading us all. Turn right into wrong. It's time to dance and turn this dark into something. So let the fire burn, this music is bumping. We're gonna live forever, love never dies. It starts tonight. Behind the curtain of the New World Order, it's not platinum.
All right, that's enough of this. But you see all the characters. Jay-Z, come back here. You got Nicki Minaj. Kanye's in there. I don't trust that guy, even though he comes out with some crazy stuff. But I think there's a point to him coming out with the crazy stuff because it just puts it out there and confuses people. And that was the whole point, was to confuse people and have them not know what the truth is. And good old Beyonce. I don't know some of these guys, but they've all signed these contracts with the Illuminati, and they just put it all out there. And like Albert Pike wrote, it'll be all coming to light. The Enlightenment is when it all comes out into the public, and it's just all there as truth, and there's nothing that people can do about it because the New World Order is coming according to them, whether we allow it to or whether or not they got to force it through. But I don't know how it all plays out. Maybe God doesn't want to just clean it all up and wipe our butts. I don't know. It's hard to figure out. So fried pike, fried fish, dream of his of bringing in the illumination of the Illuminati for the whole world to see in a new world order. And just to kind of bring it right back to Madonna and what she's been promoting. This is 2019, and I think she's done something like this multiple times. As you can see, some of the lyrics here on the right. But not everyone is coming to the future, according to Madonna. And that's because they're trying to implement right now, as we see in Israel with Palestine and Hamas and all this stuff that's going on in the world with the World War III that they're trying to bring in. Oh boy, let's check this out.
Everyone is coming to the future.
So there you have it. They're still trying to implement this plan. That was in 2019. Now she's on her celebration tour, doing some more demonic stuff. But as you can see, coming full circle from all that we've been through, whether it was through COVID, and if you're watching this video, you're probably awake to some of this stuff. Not waking up like woke, not waking up like Madonna wants you to wake up into the illumination of this new world order that they're trying to bring in. But as you can see here, in a very bizarre and disturbing performance, she had her one eye covered, constantly does. Now she's got her new album coming out with a patch over her eye with an X on it. Not everyone can come to the future. Not everyone who is here will last. According to them, that's their plan. You better wake up to it and be aware and push back on this. And it shows here, you know, dancers with Israeli and Palestinian flags follow her up the stairs as the ominous lyrics echo over and over. This is pre-programming, preconditioning. From 2019, they already had this plan in place. Good old Albert Pike, as we pointed out, talking about apocalyptic gas masks, twin pillars, images of the resurrection, and the burning of the Statue of Liberty were all featured. Totally normal stuff, you know, as the informant sarcastically puts in there. And this is where we hunt the predators. This is where we expose them. This is how we take them down. We're going to hunt them all down, and that's what it's all about. We're going to hunt them to the ends of the earth and do what we got to do to stop this so that we can prevent this third world war. This World War III, maybe they bring some of it in, and maybe it wakes up the whole world that, oh my gosh, the conspiracy theorists were right. And I see in the future conspiracy theorists being like the nerds of the past, how nerds became really cool. I think conspiracy theorists are going to become the cool people of the future. And I pray that. We'll see what God has in store for us, because it's all up to his divine ordained plan. And I pray that we have an opportunity to take these fools down, because now they're putting it in our face, and the more it gets into our face, the more people will wake up, and that's where we've got to push back. They plan on putting this out in the public. They plan on putting it right in our face and illuminating us all with this whole Illuminati plan that everybody tries to call conspiracy theory. It's very true. It's happening right before our eyes, and it's happening right now. We are in the final stages, and let's pray for the good people in this fight to hit them when it's meant to happen. But be prepared. Get your food, get your water, get your supplies and everything that you need, because who knows what's going to happen. I'm not here to push fear porn, but preparation is vital at this time as we hunt these predators down. Be a hunter, be prepared, have your pack, get your ammo and guns ready, because it's going down. I love you all, and I'll catch you on the next one. This was Booma with Painfully Beautiful Productions, and I say once again, see you on the next one, and peace.